What makes music a powerful form of storytelling is that it is an intensifier. There's something inherent in the power and magic of music that will make you feel more of what you're feeling. So if you're sad and you throw on a breakup song, get ready to be way sadder than you were. And if you're so psyched and you just met someone and you're like falling in love and you put on a song like that, it will intensify what you're feeling, and there's real power in that. I'm Andy Grammer, and this is Storytellers Spotlight. I got into music from a very young age without even really knowing it, just because my dad and my mom wrote songs together. And my dad is a Grammy-nominated children's singer, and so around the dinner table, they'd be talking about like the hook, and is this bridge working, and how are you using words, and how are they fitting together, and how are they actually impacting people. Art and music is one of the best things to make someone feel not alone. I know for me that when I've heard a certain song at a certain time in my life, it's really powerful. One of my first singles that went pretty big was a song called Keep Your Head Up. You gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. On its surface, Keep Your Head Up could go cheesy, but I wrote it because my mom had just died and I was trying to figure my life out. And so now it gets grounded and is a little more relatable. And I've spent my career trying to make music that is uplifting and positive and grounded in reality. As a pop songwriter, you're always dividing like, okay, this beat is kind of complex, so therefore the lyric maybe should be a little bit simpler. You're doing the dance to figure out what the whole package is that goes to someone's ears and eyes. Poetry, you take away all the complexity of the music and you get to gain all that complex kind of like blank space just for the words. There's a lot of different people that inspired me when I was younger. Musically, lyrically, I mean, one of the records that like blew my face off, I remember being in my mom's minivan and The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill came on, and I was so blown away. I had never heard Integrity sound so like banging and cool. And I remember being like, oh, it's gonna sound very different. We don't sound the same. It's gonna sound different, but like she's doing something that I really, really want to do. I would love to try my take on. Poetry has, in the last like 4 or 5 years become something that I'm really interested in. The main entry point into music for me is the lyric. About 2 years ago, I started throwing full spoken word poems into my set. And so you kind of have these ups and downs of like crazy rock show, lights, everything's going nuts, and then kind of zoom into a poem or a spoken word that has the message or kind of like adds to the next song that's coming. And so then I wrote this kind of long spoken word poem.
I am not merely an economic unit, I am human.
And then I did it on the last tour, and it became one of the highlights of the tour. When you'd leave, people would be like, oh my God, that poem like really got me. I like to write music and poetry and lyrics around things that I struggle with. And I think that I have really struggled with the purpose of money in my life. If you grow up in America, you just go like, make as much as you can. Go for it. Like, if you can get the most, this is the game, and then you win. And that just has not seemed to be the case in my life. So I'm constantly searching for what the right balance is with money and the way that we work for it and the way that it affects us. I am not merely an economic unit. I am human. How far off are we that can sound confusing? I want to strive for more, but oftentimes I don't know how to. I need a new money that measures my inherent value. What's your salary? What's your rate? What's your hourly wage? What's your position, your commission? How much are you for the day? When we meet somebody new, what is the first thing that we say? What do you do, AKA, how much money do you make? And then we take that information and we sort it in our brains, assess the value, calculate where to put them on the page, the hierarchy of importance. I mean, this is just insane. You're telling me that we've agreed to tie self-worth to what we're paid? You're telling me that we've agreed to tie self-worth to what we're paid? Well, what a grave mistake to make. What terrible advice to take if the scoreboard counts in dollars. What kind of game you think we'll play? Yo, I am not merely an economic unit. I am human. How far off are we that can sound confusing? I want to strive for more, but oftentimes I don't know how to. I need a new money that measures my inherent value. But like my 4-year-old asking why until she's blue in the face. My inner child inquires about this money that we make. Why? I make money because I need it. Why? So I can have financial freedom. Why? So I can keep up with the Joneses. Why? So someday I can own a home. And why? So I can climb the social ladder. Why? So I feel like I even matter. Why? Because I'm constantly worried that I won't be enough. Why? Because I'm worried without money, I'm not worthy of love. Yo, I am not merely an economic unit, I am human. How far off are we that can sound confusing? I want to strive for more, but oftentimes I don't know how to. I need a new money that measures my inherent value. But what if the scoreboard tallied love? What if the stock market valued love? What if your 401k was judged by how much you lifted others up? What if the best we could get was love? What if we were impressed with love? What if the status in class was love? What if it mattered how much you love? What if the money was not enough? What if we worked 9 to 5 for love? What if the point of this life was love? What if the point of this life was love? Yeah, I am not merely an economic unit. I am human.